everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a wonderful evening. It's nearly midnight here, and I'm just sitting here after giving Queen Booger her stinky cat food dinner. And I did a react to Neo Tarot's reading earlier, but I messed it up. So I'm having to redo it. But I'm okay with that because sometimes things happen for a reason. Sometimes Spirit says, I think you can do better. So let's just redo this thing. So this is take two of the react that I did to Neo Tarot's reading. So before we get started with me reacting to Neo Tarot's reading on Foodie, Salah, and the mystery woman in question, which could possibly be Noor. It could be somebody else, but it sounds like Noor is the mystery woman. I had some thoughts that I wanted to share with all of you. Just something that's been kicking around in my head for a minute. Now, those of us that have watched Foodie Beauty, even from afar, I know a lot of people in girl world, a lot of people want to see Foodie Beauty get her comeuppance. They want to see justice in action. And why is that? Because Chantal has gone out of her way to say and do hurtful things, not just to people in her personal life, but to people online. I mean, she's guilty of so many things. So, of course, when someone like Foodie Beauty has done a lot of wrong, of course, those who have been wronged, they want to see justice served. Here's the thing. Everyone's karma, it's an individual thing. A person's karma is determined by their actions, their words, the energy that they put out into the universe. What you put out there, you also get back. A person's karma is not determined by another party or another person or group. The person themselves, they determine their own karma by their own choices. So Foodie's karma, even though we want to see karma come and get her, she's determining her own karma and how bad it's going to be, as also determined by the damage that she's done to people and that she keeps doing. Because even now, she is inflicting more hurt, and it could easily stop. Like, she knows she's in a situation with Salah, with this mystery woman. She's in a situation that she knows she shouldn't be a part of. She's around someone that she knows does not care for her. And honestly, she doesn't care for them either. She's somewhere that she doesn't belong, and she knows it. And yet she won't get out of it. And that's causing a lot of widespread hurt for herself, for Salah, for whatever immediate family that he has, for any outside family members. I mean, the chain of hurt just keeps going. And those in girl world want to see justice served. They're like, when's it going to happen? There is so much furious anger revolving around Chantal that it's almost at a level of the anger is so intense that it's almost to the point of people going numb because they've been waiting for justice to be served for so long. And those that are waiting for justice to be served, it's really simple, y'all. We may want the knockout punch. We may want to be witness to karma in action, but we may not get what we want. We are already spectators to some of Chantal's bad choices and bad energy coming back to bite her in the butt, but we may not get to see everything. A lot of people want the knockout punch, but here's how I think it's going to play out. I think it's going to be a bit of a slow burn. Imagine a line of dominoes falling very slowly. and you get, in my opinion, what's going to happen. We're not going to get like one big explosion. It's going to be just a series of small events that happen one behind the other. And maybe there might be a knockout punch in there somewhere, but it's not going to be quick. It's not going to be pretty. It's going to be just one thing and then the next thing and the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. So just little things happening around each other. And speaking of that, Chantal, before I forget, I know you watch the tarot readers. I know that you watch the tarot readings. I know that you watch Neo Tarot. And maybe you watch the tarot readers because you're interested in the insight due to the fact that you cut off your higher self. You dwell completely in your lower self, low vibration. So you're looking towards people who might be connected to their higher selves and the high vibration to get the insight that you yourself cannot get because you are not connected to your higher self. Maybe you look towards the tarot readers to see what they know and what they can find out as a way to skirt the consequences of your actions. But let me just put this out there to you, something to think about. Even if that is somewhat effective, where you're looking towards the tarot readers and they can look down the road and tell you what's coming. And even if they give you that insight and you think, oh, they give me this information, and by knowing what's coming, by knowing what's out there, I can successfully walk around one circumstance or one consequence. Just because you could and just because you did, it doesn't mean that an even worse consequence won't be waiting later. Just because you walked around one pothole doesn't mean there won't be a bigger pothole later just because you got around the first one. You hear me? So you may be able to walk around something, but you cannot escape the damage that you've already done. You cannot get around the consequences of hurting people and being hurtful. Somewhere in all of it, you're going to have to pay the bill, whether it's now or later or in another lifetime, but you will always reap what you sow. So, girl world, you're waiting for that knockout punch. I don't think you're going to get it. But to make you feel a little bit better, just understand this. Chantal is dealing with the consequences of her actions and her words, and her karma is already in effect. Her health is not good. Her finances are not good. There's no area of her life where she is happy or healthy. And that is strictly by her own choice, and choices has nothing to do with the rest of us. All that we're here to do is watch her live streams, watch her videos, and we can see the clear indicators that she is dwelling in a space of complete unhappiness. She's fallen down a great big hole, and not because we pulled her there, but because she pulled herself there. I don't know how much more we're going to see. I don't know how much more karma will let us see, but we are just spectators, y'all, just sitting in the bleachers. In the meantime, there's this reading by Neo Tarot, and she's going to give us some insight about this whole thing with Salah, with Foodie, with Noor. What's really going on there? What is going on with Noor? As I said, I watched the reading earlier, and it sounds like very reminiscent of when Chantal was involved with Nader, and Nader was involved with Didi, and Nader lied for the longest to Chantal about Didi until he couldn't hide it anymore. Kind of sounds like that. But how about we just get into the reading by the wonderful and talented Neo Tarot, and I'll give my insight along the way. So let me just go ahead and blow this up. I want to make sure I am where I need to be, because the last time I didn't share my screen because I'm an idiot. I'm stupid. And we're going to blow this all up. Here we go. And I hope you guys enjoy this react. So let's get to it.
Noor. Okay, so recently I did a reading on Salah, and just this energy around where he is right now energetically. I think it was like a week ago or what have you. But anyway, this information or energy of another woman came up, and when I went to look at the comments, to like the comments, and just show you guys appreciation for your support of my channel, the name Noor kept coming up. And so I was going to do this reading yesterday, but I couldn't remember if it was Nora or Noor. So then I had to go back to the comments. It was a whole thing. Not a problem though. It's okay. So let's do this reading on Noor, because literally Spirit is like, let's do this. We have a name. Let's go. So this reading is alleged and for entertainment purposes. Sometimes the tea is hot, sometimes it's not. You have to watch the video to the end to determine for yourself. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are always here, welcome back, friend. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Noor. Okay. All right, so when it comes to this energy of Noor, we do get this energy of lazing around like a bump on a log. Now, this could be because her manifestations, her ideas are being met with delay, resistance, and or an obstacle. This is also my pregnancy card, the way the body lays when it's pregnant, just exhausted, right? So there's this energy of lazing around, loafing, inertia, false start, no response, and disinterest. Spirit is also acknowledging that she has this energy of being very quiet. Shh. Don't tell anybody about a situation that she has going on. So this quiet energy is silence, discretion, contemplation, equanimity, consideration, and privacy. Don't tell your left hand what your right hand is doing. Now, this card has come out before, but today Spirit is acknowledging, look at the wrinkles in the forehead, then in the face, almost feeling aged with concern, aged with worry. Okay, worry. And Spirit is also acknowledging, what is this in reference to? It's in reference to something that is like sexual energy, emotional energy, and or creative energy. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit is acknowledging that there's communication around this. Sweet as a Georgia peach. The connection to Georgia is interesting and or important. I don't know. The letter G. But Spirit is acknowledging she has to be quiet about this kindness, tender care, charming flirtation, beauty, delicious experience that she herself is trying to manifest a love. This is where she's putting her fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So it's layered, right? It's this is where she's putting her fire, her passion, her focus, but this is also in relationship to a relationship that could be outside of her own. Hence why she has to be quiet about this situation, because someone else could also be manifesting this. Not my business. Hugs and kisses, adoration, snuggling, pillow talking, bonding, and someone's favorite. And Spirit is acknowledging, when it comes to Noor, layered energy, they are going to intervene to assist her with communication. But she herself is intervening on behalf of something and or someone to speak out, to speak up. It's bubbling at the belly, bubbling at the throat. Ancestors are intervening, and this is going to create, I don't know why Spirit wants to say milestones, but this is going to create imbalance in the heart chakra, creating imbalances in the heart chakra. So this impedes upon the energy of finances, success, not having up healthy boundaries, and also feeling like you're building on sinking sand. An unhealed earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But Spirit wants me to go back, because this is the second time there's a reference to this full belly. Okay. So anyway, Spirit is coming through with some form of communication, honesty, courage, sharing revelation through a surprise text and or a phone call.
I want to go back for a minute. Let's see, where are we? Right here. It's interesting, Neo, that you pulled these two cards that give me some sugar card and the one next to it with the wrinkles in the forehead. Notice both women have pursed lips. I just jumping out at me, they both have pursed lips, like shh. Like there's a need to be quiet. Quiet over what though? Like a secret that they know? And I don't know why I'm getting this picture in my head, Neo, the Georgia peach card. I keep seeing the inside of the peach, because what's inside of a peach? A pit, which might be an indicator of pregnancy, like something inside the peach. Maybe there might be a secret about the pregnancy. Nora might be pregnant and trying to hide her pregnancy. Just a thought.
The situation, because someone else could also be manifesting this. Not my business. Hugs and kisses, adoration, snuggling, pillow talking, bonding, and someone's favorite. And Spirit is acknowledging.
And when I saw the lazing like a bump on a log card, the first feeling that I got, Neo, was morning sickness. Like if she's pregnant and she's going through morning sickness.
When it comes to Noor, layered energy, they are going to intervene to assist her with communication, but she herself is intervening on behalf of something and or someone to speak out, to speak up. It's bubbling at the belly, bubbling at the throat. Ancestors are intervening, and this is going to create, I don't know why Spirit wants me to say milestones, but this is going to create imbalance in the heart chakra, creating imbalances in the heart chakra. So this impedes upon the energy of finances, success, not having up healthy boundaries, and also feeling like you're building on sinking sand. An unhealed earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But Spirit wants me to go back because this is the second time there's a reference to this full belly. Okay. So anyway, Spirit is coming through with some form of communication, honesty, courage, sharing, revelation through a surprise text and or a phone call. The whole point of it is to communicate, right? The whole point is to communicate. How does Noor see? Okay, make sure no cards are turned over. How does Noor see Foodie Beauty Chantel? Okay, she's also acknowledging that this soul, her soul's on a journey, that there's this energy of evolving, transformation, change, and metamorphosis due to one's ups and downs, that she's caged, locked, and that there's ancient texts. But again, her spirit is on a journey. Her soul's on a journey. She's also acknowledging that she has a first aid kit. Spirit's acknowledging that kit is what she uses to work. I mean, does this person not look like Wednesday? Also, she's acknowledging that there's sadness here. And it makes me feel like she's picking up on this energy that she has some childhood trauma. I think I've brought that up. And that she tries to fix things and repair things, but it's broken. Also, her potion is broken. 7 is significant. 34 is significant. And look at her burning the family album, the family picture. Let's try to zoom in because my eyes, Lord of mercy.
Okay, so I stopped this for the last react that I did. What does that say? The text says, "Oh, but the memories, they hurt." So when I originally did this react to you, Neo, what I got off of that is Chantal. It's very, very strange that she wants to portray happy family, like she's part of a happy family somewhere. Like she wants to portray herself as a traditional wife, to be married, to be okay with family or have a family. As a matter of fact, when she talks about Salah, being with Salah, she says, "I can't leave my family," even though technically he's not her family. It's just a contract between them. But it's strange how she refers to Salah as family, even though there's no blood relation there and they're honestly not married. And yet, at the same time that she's portraying this family unit, she is very antisocial with his actual family. And the feeling is that she does not want him to be close to his actual family. She wants desperately to isolate him away from his family. She wants him completely under her influence. And yet the family is very much there. As long as he's in Syria and around his family, he is connected to his roots, which means Chantal, she doesn't have as much power over him. This shift in his attitude that he's had since being in Syria is a lot different than how he used to be in Kuwait. And the broken potion bottle, I feel that also plays into it, that whatever it is that she's doing, perhaps ritual wise, spell wise, if she's doing magic of any kind, it's not as effective. Like she's trying her best in every way to keep him close to her, but it's not working because of the family influence. And she wants to burn the family dynamic to the ground because the family dynamic, there's a lot of light energy in that. There's a lot of positive energy in that. And she's a very negative person. Like Chantal just does not want to admit that she doesn't have power over Salah anymore.
Okay, so y'all read that. What does that say? My eyes cannot.
Oh, but the memories they hurt. Like she's not close to her family. And Spirit is telling me something right now. She is not close to her family due to things that have happened, due to her own actions, her own words. Like there's a lot of damage there. There's a lot of burned bridges with the family. And so because she's not close to her own family, she's trying to use Salah as a, I want to say surrogate family, but that's not the right word. A replacement, that's a better word. Like, since I'm not close to my family in Canada, I'm going to just make another family somewhere else.
But in the middle of the deck, what we don't see is that there will be balance. It feels like an angel is going to come in that drops synchronicities like flowers. That this has to do with the solar plexus energy, the fire in the belly to do what you need to do because you can, or do what you want to do because you can. It feels like there's some money here as well, some kind of coins, but this doesn't feel heavy and negative. It feels like in the middle of the deck, there's protection. In the middle of the deck, she's protected from her. In the middle of the deck, there will be balance. Her ancestors are speaking to her in reference to dropping synchronicities, feathers, etc., and also energy of coins. And it just makes me feel like this is reverence to an ancestor that is near her. Like, despite what is happening, she's protected. Nor is protected. That's just the energy that's coming through. So let's just keep going. Nor, in regards to the situation, your current situation with Foodie Beauty and Salah, what's the energy?
Yeah, when I was reacting to this earlier, I was picking up Noor's energy. Noor has very warm energy. Like that's the first word that popped into my mind was she was very warm. She's a very warm person. Very warm energy, very warm, caring soul. She's the complete opposite of Chantal.
Envy. Hater. Oh my goodness. Meeting someone at a gym and staying long hours, doing more than working out. Be careful, they both look the same. Salt or sugar looks can be deceiving. Total drama action. All right. A situation is about to explode. Shit is about to pop off up in flames. Fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, moving to the beat of one's own drum. Passionate but yet chaotic. Why is there a situation getting ready to pop off? Because there's a pregnancy. This is the third indication that there could be a pregnancy or a manifestation, giving birth to a manifestation and or an idea. Unsure, pregnancy scare, positive and or negative. Fighting for what you love, claiming what's yours. Love is a battlefield. You already know the T. This is going to be a total nightmare. Okay, she's going to have to write it out. Wow. Writing it out. Anxiety, sadness, fear, depression, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. All right, so let's look at the situation when it comes to Salah, Noor and Salah. Spirit is acknowledging that they're trying to, before this card even flipped over, this is energy of trying to act as if you're friends. Not my business. Spirit is acknowledging understanding. See, someone is happy, but someone is concerned. Someone is.
Not only that, Neo, but looking at this card, the male in the card is smiling, happy, eyes wide open. The female has her eyes closed. So if Noor is the mystery female, I feel that in order to deal with things, to keep her calm, to keep from getting upset, she has to close her eyes. Like if Salah has to spend time around Foodie, she has to close her eyes. She's got to turn a blind eye. She's got to look away. Like, you do what you do. I'm not going to watch you. The female's eyes are very much closed.
Not okay.
No.
It's like he's okay with the situation. She's not okay with the situation. There is an understanding. We both understand. What's understood don't have to be explained. But someone is gaining, getting something out of the situation, and the other person is very reluctant, also feeling very like low vibrational. Not okay. I'm going along with this, but I'm not okay with it, right? Yeah, Spirit says there's something shady happening here between these two. But this relationship is long-term. Single mom. He is a false twin. But there is a divine union between these two. They have been on and off.
And I feel like the on and off thing, I'm being told that it has to do with him. It doesn't have to do with her and her being problematic. It has to do with him because he's such a screw up. He's not rock solid. He's not steady. He's very flaky. He's very unreliable. And Noor knows it and has dealt with it. And that's why they've been on and off again, because he's not being the man that he should be. He's not doing all that he can do. I also was just told he's using the wrong means to get results. Like he's trying to do the fast track thing for success and with fortune. And he's going about things the wrong way. And because of that, it makes her nervous about, can I depend on this person? Can I have a life with this person? Is this someone that I can rely on to be a good husband and a good father? Like there's a lot of nervousness in that relationship. Can I rely on him or not? The love is there, but anybody who's ever been in a relationship knows you need more than just emotion to make a relationship work. You've got to have complete trust in the person that you're with, that they will always have your back the same way that you have their back, that especially if you're making a family with that person, that you can rely on them to do what they need to do. And that's the big reason why they've been on again, off again, because he's very immature in his thinking and his acting, and it's made her nervous.
Noor and Salah. Thank you. Deadly words were said. There's a commitment. Second time, there's an indication, divine union, the altar, commitment, marriage. But Pandora's box is opening.
Ooh,
And once it's open, you can't close it.
nope.
She had a gut feeling anyway. The aftermath is fuck love. What you do in the dark comes to the light. Whatever you're trying to suppress will come to the surface. There's this energy of anxiety, sadness, fear, and depression, wanting to clear, cancel, and release that to manifest the life that she does want. She's bandaging her heart from being broken and trying to hold on to the manifestation and the idea in her head about this relationship. But there's that fire sign, love like fire, that creates some issue for her. Also acknowledging that he is drinking away his pain when it comes to this love like fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, because of a soul tie, because of someone using their brouhaha, their manifestation, to keep them together. Okay? Spirit is acknowledging there's going to be an energy of having to spend magical moments alone. It's living single. And this could be Salah. This could be this hot like fire, love like fire energy, or it could be her. It's coming to an end. Like spirits just can't keep saying it's coming to a head. That's what spirit said.
Yeah, it sounds like he's going to have to pick one or the other. He's got a choice to hang on to something which is meaningless, meaning Foodie. Like that whole thing with Foodie, it just needs to come to an end. It's not doing him any sort of good. And it's reaching a point where he can't justify carrying on much longer. If he's carrying on with Noor, if there's a baby on the way or soon will be, he's going to have to make a choice between someone that may mean a lot to him versus someone that means nothing to him. And later on in the reading, you guys are going to see like Salah is acting as the negative emperor sitting on his throne. And he thinks himself as the emperor, as the king. But he's a negative king because no real king would hurt his queen or queens. If you are the king and you have a queen or queens, you take care of your queens. You don't hurt them though, and you don't put them in a position where they are hurting. And yet that's all he seems to be doing is hurting the women in his life. And he banks on the fact that the women that are around him that care about him, they care about him so much and they want to be around him so much that they will never leave. But Salah, every person has their red line. Every person does. And once you push them towards that red line, there's no going back. So he's trying to hang on to Foodie for the money. And if Noor is on the other side and that's the person he really loves and he really wants to be with, he's hurting her too. Because you guys got to know, if Noor is the first wife, she's not too pleased or happy about Foodie being around. And the fact that Foodie is a negative force that just will not stop. How long has this thing been going on with Foodie and Salah? A long time. 3 years. I mean, how much longer is it going to happen? And Noor has been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And she's like, when's this broad ever going to go back home? And now Foodie's in Syria. And she's more negative than ever. And Nora's like, I can't take it anymore. When is she going to go? Why is she even here? And Salah's doing double duty, running back and forth between both women, trying to say whatever it is he needs to say to keep both in place. He wants Foodie around for the money. He wants Noor around for the love. He's playing a very dangerous game with these women. Because trying to hang on to both and not let either one of them go, he's causing a lot of hurt. and he might end up losing both. But maybe he needs to. Maybe he isn't the right person for Noor. He isn't the right person for Chantal. He needs to be by himself, but he's thinking in his own interest only. He's not considering how he's making other people feel and the damage that he himself is doing to these women. It's all about me, 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 me. He's operating under complete arrogance and ego. I'm the king. They both want me, and they're not going anywhere. And what is his weapon of choice? Love. He's using love as a weapon against Foodie and against Noor. Well, sometimes the weapons you use on other people get used on you, don't they?
Okay, Noor, how do you feel about Foodie Beauty? How do you see her energy? Make sure something didn't flip over. I feel like it did. How do you see Foodie Beauty? Okay, when it comes to Foodie Beauty, this is how she sees her energetically. 43 is significant. 7 is significant. I don't know why, but 34, 40.
I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at you, Neo. I can't help it. The upside down B on the flower. Why am I laughing? Because Chantal refers to her subscribers and her channel members as beezers. How appropriate. The upside down beezer on the upside down flower.
43, 7, 7, 7. Okay, the web in reverse. Cut off, trolling, trolls, cyberspace, dark web, complications, blind leading the blind, detachment, trap, mad at the world, technical issues, selfishness, loneliness, blocked, negative world views. Wow. And then how do you see Salah? $46 is significant, 10 is significant, 1 is significant, demigod, consciousness, awareness, victory, activist, enlightenment, admired, prophet of God, overcoming, alien, deity, protected, higher self, self-awareness, God, body, spirit. Says flip it over. We have a woman facing the moon. Subconsciously, that's how she feels about him on the surface. Subconsciously, energy is acknowledging choices, guidance, plan, direction, pathway, focus, travel, transit, clear, mindedness, certainty, portal, career path, goals, spiritual path, being in the now, fortitude, determination, approach, strategy, system. Okay, that said a mouthful.
So that's how she sees Salah, eh? As a demigod, someone on a path, someone on a journey. Here's the thing, Noor. Just because Salah is on his path, it doesn't mean that that path is beneficial to you. He's on his path, but look at all the hurt that you've experienced while he's on his path. If you're supposed to be his partner, is he being mindful of the pain that you're experiencing while you're trying to accompany him on his path? No. What's he saying to you? He's saying, deal with it. This is the path that I'm choosing to take. This is the blueprint. And if you experience any pain while I'm on my path, just keep it to yourself. Like he's acting very selfishly right now. Very selfishly.
She's acknowledging that she's very aware of what he's doing. It's the strategy, it's the plan. Okay. Message to Noor. You can't hoodoo your way out of bad decisions,
No.
Noor. Your softness is sacred. Don't harden it to survive, Noor. You, the answered prayer. Now walk like it. I mean,
Sounds like Spirit is saying, value yourself, Noor. Don't look up to this man to be your demigod. From the last few cards, Neo, it sounds like Noor, again, is a warm person, emotional, very open-hearted. And I feel that Salah is taking advantage of her being so warm and so open and so loving, like using her tenderness and her tender heart against her.
I mean, okay. Noor. Current energy.
Like, I feel the situation between Foodie and Noor is different. I feel that Salah is using Noor's love and loving nature and warmth against her. And Foodie, he's using Foodie's own desperation against her. I think we're well past the point of Foodie being infatuated with Salah. I think the infatuation is over. I think that part of things is worn off. I don't think that Foodie is infatuated with Salah any longer. Now it's about desperation. She's desperate to hang on to Salah, and not because she cares about him. It's because she knows, and Foodie's going to hate me saying this, and I don't care because she needs to hear it. She needs to know that somebody else knows and understands this. Foodie knows that without Salah, she would have to go home and be alone by herself. That the window dressing in which she's created, this picture on the world stage, would have to change. The window dressing would no longer be, I'm a married woman with a man and we're in a marriage. If she went home to Canada, she would be a single woman. And for some reason, Foodie thinks not highly of those who are single. She looks at single life as being purgatory. She does not know how to do alone well. And she's got some kind of thing against those who are single. And she likes to brag. Where's your husband? Foodie, you know that if Salah let you go, if he told you to go home, he's the last one. He's the absolute last one. There will be no others. You don't have the health. You don't have the money to sucker another man into your sticky, toxic, fool's gold web. No one else is going to sign on to be your companion. There are no others waiting in the lobby, waiting for their turn. You know, Salah is it. So between that and the fact that you don't have a home in Canada, you've got no home base there, you are so desperate to hang on to him. And he knows that too. He knows he's got you right where he wants you. That you have no other options, you have no other choices. Could you go home to Canada and just start things up again and make money? Of course you could. But again, that would require changing the window dressing, and you just don't want to do it. You don't want to go home and admit that the marriage was a farce. It was a fallacy. You don't want to switch things around. You don't want to live life as a single female. You would rather stay fake married than to portray yourself as being honestly single. For you, being single is hell. So Salah knows he's got you. He knows it. Trust me. He's not blind to that fact.
Okay. We do get sassafras. 45 is significant. 9 is significant. It was in reverse. This card reminds you that your physical health and well-being is of the utmost importance right now and must never be neglected. It's time to draw your energies inward. Perhaps you have not been paying enough attention to your health, or your physical body has endured an illness or injury that needs care. Treat yourself to a nutritious meal, some invigorating outdoor exercise, or a warm recovery bath. Like the tree, make sure your roots are solid and nourishing. Take care of your body, take care of your health, stay rooted, stay grounded. Nor in regards to Foodie, Beauty, and Salah, she's acknowledging energetically that there's something at a distance. This creates some nervous energy, shy, anxious, having to deal with a car on a power surge, IT technology, social welfare, psychology, an early widow. Interesting. A bad second marriage. Interesting. Investing, financial goals. A tiny amount of money, but there's extra money. Interesting. And this has to do with a fair woman, a wife or a soulmate, faithful, affectionate, deep and loving, psychic, sensitive, empathetic. I don't know what Nora looks like. Spirit is asking. Mother. Okay. What does that say? The truth of an emotional matter. And then we have loves a son. Does she have children? Is she expecting a child? Spirit says there's an accident, a trap, which is going to create pain, a situation forced beyond control, a pew pew, a why did this card come? I feel like I'm saying the same thing over again. Disaster, demolition, tragic, a funeral, a ghost, high pressure. Oh, okay. I did say this because I said it feels like he is under a pressure cooker. Like, yeah, I remember saying that. High pressure, failure, broken heart, self-harm, high anxiety, major operation. Interesting.
I'm sure it is a pressure cooker. On one side, he has Foodie Beauty, and she's a lot to deal with. She's very demanding, very clingy, very demanding and controlling of his time whenever possible. And then on the other side is Noor, if she is the first wife or the mother of his children or both. A lot of demands there. And Salah's in the middle, trying to be mediator and mediate between a very problematic, dramatic, negative person and also trying to balance out the person on the other side who's positive but stressed out. So pressure over here on the right, pressure over here on the left, and he's in the middle and trying to keep everything from breaking down. Not easy. Not easy at all. And once again, he's got to make a decision at some point whether to let go of what's meaningless in order to hang on to what's meaningful. He can't maintain this much longer.
Yeah, I feel like those cards came out. Okay, let's get into this deck. Noor. Current energy. Okay. Feeling stuck, needing to let go, a lack of direction, a need for release, waiting on the best solution, contemplation with the hangman, acknowledging that she's in a financial mess. There's loss and there's poor financial decisions. Now, this is interesting because in the other readings, it has been coming out that was Foodie Beauty Chantal's contribution. But if she's in a space where she's not making money or giving money or coming to the table with her part of the deal, then this is where we are, right?
And you know what? I wouldn't put it past Chantal to be hoarding money, lying about how much money she's making, hiding money so that she's purposely giving as little as possible. I can see Foodie being financially abusive, of getting into somebody's house and then taking advantage of being in somebody's house and being that person of, look at all that I've done for you. Look at what I've already paid for. I paid for so much already. You owe me. Even if I'm short this month, you still owe me. And using past monies that she's given as a sort of weapon to defeat those who will come against her and go, well, you said you would give us X amount of money this month. Where is it? And so her defense is, look at all that I've done for you. I've given so much money. You just give me a pass this month. Chantal's got money, y'all. She may not have a whole lot of money, but she's got money socked away. That's her emergency money. That is her when shit hits the fan money. And she won't touch that unless she absolutely has to. I don't know if Salah knows about this money. I hear no. He doesn't know about this socked away money. But Chantal's been lying about what money she does have, what money she does have access to. She's got it on her. She's got enough to go home. She just doesn't want to touch that money. And so she's been testing the limits of how little she can give Salah before he finally snaps. But she's been crying broke and saying, I've been not making much money, Salah, as a way to stay there longer. She can put off this feeling of, I can't travel right now. I don't have enough money to travel, thinking that by saying that she won't get kicked out of the home. And that's not going to save her. When they're ready to have her leave, she's going to have to leave. And so if I were Chantal, instead of counting on past monies that have been paid over the course of time, instead of waiting for that moment where she's forced out, she should be preparing an exit as soon as possible. Because it sounds like it's coming rather sooner than later. It's like, which would you rather have, Chantal? Do you want to wait until the very last second to leave when you're forced to leave? Or do you want to prepare an exit and leave before that point comes? Because it is coming and there's no avoiding it.
Right. Two of Pentacles in reverse. Spirit says something else.
Like, Chantal, your plan may be, I'm going to stay here for 6 more months or 8 more months, and then I'll leave. But what you want is one thing. What Salah and his family wants is another thing. They may have different plans. And they feel differently about you. If they don't like you, and you know they don't like you, and they want you out, you should be leaving as soon as possible. Don't wait until the last second.
In the middle of the deck. Bad reputation, lack of focus, and a boring job when I said those things, right? With the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so what is her biggest obstacle when it comes to Foodie Beauty? Remember, our biggest obstacle in reverse. A Page of Cups. So childhood, thank you, Spirit. Childhood issues is an obstacle. Vanity, promiscuity is an obstacle. Hopes and dreams, manifestations and ideas, trying to give birth to them are being met with obstacle, resistance, and delay. Conflict resolution is an obstacle. Harmony and success with the Five of Wands, throwing water on a flame in the area of business and also in the area of passion. What's her biggest obstacle when it comes to Salah? Remember, our biggest obstacle in reverse. Judging unfairly is an obstacle. False accusations is an obstacle. Malicious gossip is an obstacle. It's a judgment card in reverse. With the Seven of Swords, outsmarted is an obstacle. Confession is an obstacle. Ignoring red flags is an obstacle. With the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, a lack of opportunities, overspending, and a lack of money is an obstacle. Spirit said there's more. Bad news, blocked emotions, breakup with the Ace of Cups is an obstacle. Okay, keep that out. Thank you, Spirit. Lack of growth, mistakes when it comes to him, no work ethic, obstacle, Three of Pentacles in reverse, wrong decisions, memory loss, lack of direction. Spirit told me to say lack of education. Ace of Swords in reverse, the Emperor in reverse.
There's the card, the Emperor card, the negative Emperor sitting on his negative throne, relying on cockiness and arrogance and the emotions from other people as a means to control and to keep people bound to him. Chantal's desperation keeps her bound to him. And if Nora loves Salah, if she's got children with Salah, or there's a child on the way, that is keeping her also bound to him. So he feels secure in his negative throne. These two women need me for different reasons. And because they do, they're not going anywhere. But like I said, Salah, you might end up losing both. Because Chantal, she's not really in love with you. For the moment, she just doesn't have anywhere else to go. And Nor, if she's a good person, understand that sometimes love gets tired. It gets tired of stress. It gets tired of waiting around. It just gets too tired to carry on. Nor is tired of the nonsense. She's tired of Foodie being there. She's tired of the stress that Foodie brings. It's not fair. I just heard that in my head. Like, this is her feeling. It's not fair. And she's right. It isn't fair. You got to make a choice. You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Abuse of power, poor planning, a lack of a father figure.
And something I want to put out there to Salah. Salah, think of your father. If you look up towards your father, if your father is your role model, think of your father. Think of your father, your daddy. Think of who your father is. Think of how your father treated your mother. Your mother was his queen. He loved her. He loved her very much, to the point where even after her passing, he's still grieving for her. He's still mourning for her. But he did very much love your mother, and he misses her. But your father never hurt your mother, did he? He never willingly hurt her. He never emotionally tortured her. He just loved her for the queen that she was. So if you look towards your father, if your father is sort of a role model for you of what a man should be and what a man is, understand that your behavior is very unlike how your father treated your mother. Because your father loved your mom, cared about your mom, lifted her up high, and said, "You are the one for me." You're over there playing games with people's feelings out of arrogance. You shouldn't be doing that. Those are the actions of a negative king versus a true king. You're sitting on a throne of nothing, and you're the king of nothing. You're a play around, run around, and the women in your life know that. And that's why there's no trust. There's very little respect. And whatever love that somebody tries to give you, it wears thin and then it wears out. So If you want to be a king, you got to be a king the right way.
He says there's more. Delay, limitations, poor planning, Three of Wands in reverse is an obstacle when it comes to him. Unwanted attention, sexual attention, blocked intuition is an obstacle with the High Priestess in reverse. The Seven of Wands, surrender, giving up, and a lack of belief are all obstacles when it comes to him. Overcoming challenges, obstacle, car trouble, second time, obstacle, lost, and a lack of self-control. Wow. Okay, Nora. You ask her what her beef is. She's telling it. What's next for Nora?
Like I just heard in my head, she's like, you act just like a little boy. He's a man, he's a grown man, but he's got little boy ways. The immaturity, the playing around, the running around, the partying, little boy ways. And she can't take stock in him being a strong, dependable man.
When it comes to Salah and Foodie, death, endings. Something must end so that something can begin. Move on, spiritual transformation, sudden changes, new beginnings, upheaval though. Why? Because of bad news, blocked emotions, and a breakup. Who's breaking up? I'm asking about the trio. Spirit wants me to say something. The throuple. The Spirit says the entanglement. Not my business. Ace of Cups. That's what's next. In reverse. Negligence. Dependency. Bad parenting. The Empress is closed and shut down and cold. Not giving, not nurturing. Just not able to give birth to one's ideas, transformation, one's manifestation, even blocking, like trying to bring forth a child. All right. So Spirit says there's a message to Noor, and then we're done. Past life. Your past has shaped who you are today, but it doesn't define you. Perhaps you've been dwelling too much on past memories. Look at how those experiences have helped you grow, but know that you are constantly evolving. And then there's a message to Noor from Salah's mother. Thank you. Interesting. Now look at this. Sacred union. What? Two powerful forces are uniting, whether in a relationship or within yourself. This union brings energy and growth. Embrace this connection. It will lead to deeper understanding and transformation. Message from Mother is that there's a sacred union with her and who? Her son? Talking about Salah's mama. Bottom of the deck, allure, cherish. Cherish the beauty that attracts you. Have you been too busy to appreciate the good things around you? Take time to enjoy and value the moments and people that bring you joy. And then lastly, in the middle of the deck, freedom. Freedom is about following your inner voice. Have you been feeling trapped by responsibilities? Release those burdens and follow what makes you feel free, light, and alive. And so now I'm a little nosy, mama. Okay, since we got you for a second, what is this energy around Salah and Noor?
I think it's mom giving her approval of Noor and Salah being around each other, being involved with one another, because I just heard it in my head. Mom thinks perhaps that Noor can bring out the best in Salah, whereas Foodie amplifies the worst. Foodie brings out the worst elements in people, and she encourages the worst elements in people. Whereas someone like Noor could be a more positive influence, Foodie is a negative influence. Mom does not approve of Foodie at all. She sees her for what she is. She sees how destructive she is. She sees she wants Noor and Salah to be around each other. and just each other. She doesn't like this whole throuple deal. She hates it. She's like, I approve of this union between these two. I don't approve of Foodie being around, though.
Spiritual connection. Subconsciously, though, there's trauma and a need to release. Y'all, call me back.
Wonderful reading, Neo. Thank you so much for doing it. I had a lot of fun reacting to it again. So, for those of you that are watching this tarot react and you want to check out Neo Tarot, please check her out via the link down below in the description for the original video. And you can check out all the wonderful content on Neo Tarot's channel, as well as get a private reading from her if you want one of those. And you can do that checking out the link for her merch store, which is available on any one of her videos. So go check that out if you want to. And that's it for this tarot react. And I hope you guys enjoy. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.